ACC Championship, probably the most on the line here. This is where you have a true potential bid thief in Clemson. They would not be in the bracket otherwise unless they win the ACC Championship. Now, that the idea of a bid thief means that SMU is in, and we don't know for sure that they are because the committee has left that open. I think they should stay in as long as they don't get completely blown out of this game. But I also think that the Mustangs are going to win it. They're favored by 2.5 points. I think they're really steady on both sides of the ball. Really like Kevin Jennings. I like the team speed for SMU. Yes. And Clemson has figured out ways to lose games against the best teams on their schedule. So to me, I think SMU is going to win, and this is going to be a moot point of whether or not they're going to get screwed by the committee if they lose. But this is the most interesting one because of what Clemson would do. They would get a bid and a first round bye potentially if they're ranked ahead of the Big 12 champ, which maybe not. But they are in the mix for that and a spot that they otherwise wouldn't have. And that's really the only scenario that we have here.
Yeah, that whole song and dance is going to be an interesting thing if Clemson were to pull off the upset. I'm fully in agreement with you. SMU, to me, has earned the right to be one of those teams that makes it regardless of the outcome this weekend. But again, like, are we going to be a little bit biased against SMU, which wasn't power school and kind of had to buy their way into a conference, the whole deal. The only way that I think SMU loses this game is if the roster, the talent composite of Clemson would take over. I just Clemson is absolutely not as good of a football team. They're not as well coached. They don't execute nearly as well. And there's no reason that they should win this in my mind, except the idea that they could overwhelm with talent in some spots. I don't think it happens, but I think that would be the only path for them to pull off the upset here.
There is, of course, also a very important game happening in the Mountain West Championship game. Boise State, you win, you're in, probably getting a first-round bye as well against UNLV, a team that they beat, but it was dicey. And feels like that's a playing game for UNLV. They're ranked number 20, right? So you have to stand to reason that if they were to win, they would probably remain the highest-ranked big Group of 5 champion, and that they would be in the college football playoff as well. So that game is Friday night. That one should be a big one as well.